So the administration of productivity isn't a new problem in the productivity space. It's actually been here for quite a while. In today's video, we're going to dive into what the administration of productivity is and explore what you can do about it, how you can improve as you use tools across your day. Now, before we begin, I want to say a huge thank you to the Keep Focus community that support this channel. You can join today. They are a fantastic bunch of people. We're having some great conversations in weekly topics every single week where we learn and improve on the methods that we do every single week. So it's great to have them. You can check out a bit more below. Thanks for supporting the channel. So the administration of productivity has definitely been growing recently. Now, I don't want to point fingers, but a very popular application is naturally something that points people towards administrating the app very often, and that application is Notion. Notion has this ability where you can create your own workspace or dashboards, which is really nice in two ways. There's a positive to it, which is the fact that you can spend a bit of time on self-care, help yourself relax and get into a routine, and it's quite nice actually designing a little workspace for yourself. But then there's a negative, which is actually the fact that you're spending more time designing the actual tool than actually getting work done. It's sort of like having a desk area, and if you spend all of your time rearranging what your desk looks like, moving the computer, moving the lights, moving your microphone, moving the different things on the actual table, then you might not actually have time to get the work done, or at least you're limiting yourself because of that administration part of the day. So obviously that can be quite impactful, but there are some ways that you can balance and embrace both sides of the tale. So here are recommendations for improving. The first is to schedule upgrade time. Now, one of the things that I started doing a couple of years ago is planning in 3 monthly audits of the way I use a tool. This was 30 minutes every single 3 months, or maybe even an hour, where I just dedicated some time to improving the layout or experience or apps that are connected to help improve it, but in a scheduled slot of time. Now for you, if you change the way your Notion looks every single week, or you change the way that your Evernote works every single couple of days, then obviously it's going to be more sort of, difficult. So a great first step is to change this to a weekly slot, maybe 20 minutes at the end of the week, and during the week, tallying down any notes that you want to improve for that next update. Now, as you go through that process of doing these upgrade times, then try to schedule them further and further apart until you get to, say, a month or 2 months where you feel comfortable that you're constantly making upgrades. You have to evenly balance them and make sure you're not overworking a tool, because you could be spending more time administrating than the actual tools themselves and getting work done. The second thing is to practice self-restraint. Now, there are so many new tools and new videos pointing towards tools out there, and naturally, of course, guilty party here, you want to check them out and learn about them. This is also one of the main problems of the administrative process, is that you may look at a tool and want it and start to onboard, start to administrate a new process, and that can also be damaging for your productivity. It's very much perennial switching, and it's something that you can help improve by trying to stick with an application for 2 to 3 years. If there's a to-do list app or a note-taking app or a project manager you use, the best way to take advantage of it is to learn about it, research it first, then actually embrace it and stick with it as long as possible. Practicing that self-restraint can be a great way to improve. And number 3, try to automate small processes in your experience. When you're using a tool, sometimes the administration work can come from constantly, routinely updating stuff and adding stuff and tweaking stuff. And if you find a way to potentially automate a certain process, this can be a great way to save yourself a bit of time. So for example, recently I was actually going through a process of changing where I journal, and I've tried the Remarkable 2. Now there is a send to Evernote option, which means that I actually don't necessarily have to go to Evernote, download it, upload it, organize it, name the title, all that. I can just send it into Evernote, and it's quite easy with that. And there are ways and processes with every single application that will save you some time. So a summary of some of the lessons here. So let's summarize what we've learned in today's video. The first is introducing schedule upgrade time. In a roughly a 2 to 3 month bracket, but using a little note tally to tally all the things you'd like to improve in that update so that you don't actually instantly make the update. Number 2 is practice self-restraint by trying to stick with the tool that you use for as long as possible. And number 3, try and automate certain activities or processes in your application to save yourself some time and work. And this can be done in the upgrade time. So of course, guys, I don't want you to be deterred by the apps you use, but it's beneficial to sharpen your tools, but also beneficial to actually focus on work. So it's finding the balance between sharpening your tools and actually going out and doing the work at hand. Hopefully today's video was useful. A huge thank you to the Keep Focus community that have supported this channel. You can find all their names here. They are fantastic people, and it is great to have them in the community. You can learn more about it below. Also, guys, if you want to share your experience of administration of tools and some of the recommendations, feel free to put them in the comments below. It'd be great to hear some of your experiences. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Cheerio!